Hey guys, Kevin against me, another movie guide, continuing my 31 days of horror movie reviews, and this, of course, is day 20, review 20. There are going to be more coming, but this movie, now again, there are certain movies I review because they are scary, there are certain movies I review for placeholders, and then there are just some I watch because I need to watch it, because it's a movie that you need to see before you die. This is definitely on that list, in a different way, though. It's a movie that I definitely was looking forward to seeing. I heard this movie was really stupid going into it, but I watched it anyway, and that is the 2003 slasher classic Freddy vs. Jason. Okay. Let's be real here.
America!
Freddy vs. Jason is a movie that I was honestly really looking forward to. I heard this movie's really stupid, but I heard it's a lot of fun as well, and that's exactly what I wanted it to be. I was hoping that this movie would just be a lot of fun. You guys know I'm a really big fan of Nightmare on Elm Street, but I fucking hate Friday the 13th. I don't think it's a good franchise. I don't like it at all. I just really don't like it. Which is why Freddy vs. Jason is such a great movie, because it's so stupid and it's so fun. Now, let me tell you guys this right now. On regular movie standards, this movie's fucking terrible, but because of how much fun I have with it, that's why I'm gonna say as much positive stuff as I do with this, because overall, I think Freddy vs. Jason is a really fun movie. It's really dumb, but I really do love it overall. And there actually are some things that I can say about this movie that are kind of positive, I will say that. First of all, let's get to the plot of Freddy vs. Jason, which I honestly think is a pretty good plot. I really do like the plot of this movie. Basically, Freddy, as we know in Freddy's Dead, he actually was sent to hell. And because he's stuck in hell, he's weak, and he can't go after the remaining children in Elm Street. He wants to go after them, and he can't do that just because he's weak, and he just really can't do that. So he ends up manipulating Jason, pretending to be Jason's mother, and basically he pretends to be Jason's mother and gets him to kill the remaining residents of Springwood, basically, to kill the remaining residents of Springwood, and basically Jason goes back there to kill them, and basically there's a lot of other stuff going on in this movie that I really don't give a shit about, but that's basically the basic plot, and things start to change when Jason starts to do some of the killing while Freddy doesn't want him to, and they start to clash, and that basically is the plot of Freddy vs. Jason. And the plot in general, I think, is pretty good. I definitely will say that. There are definitely some things that I really do love about this movie. Let's first get to the acting of this movie. The acting of this movie is really something. It's really fucking terrible for a lot of these people. They're really bad in this movie. The most positive thing I can give is that it's awesome to see Robert Englund back as Freddy Krueger. The downside that this is the last time Robert Englund would play Freddy Krueger, which really sucks, but, you know, he is so great in this movie. He's really funny. He does a good job at making Freddy, like, a sarcastic badass. I mean, Freddy is as bloody as ever, but he's still, like, kind of weak, and he definitely did a very good job with that. You can tell Robert Englund's just having tons of fun with this movie. He's not taking it too seriously, and that's something I definitely really loved about Robert Englund in this movie. The fact that he didn't take it really seriously at all. I thought that was definitely really great. And of course, it's great to see him, go after these kids and kill them. It's just a lot of fun. And then Ken Kersinger as Jason is really good, but of course you can't really say too much about him as a character because he doesn't talk and everything, and that's why I've never really liked Jason, because he doesn't really have much of a story, and I've never really been too much of a fan of him. But I thought was pretty good. He was definitely really great. Monica Keena is terrible in this movie as Laurie. Our main character, Laurie, is so bad. I didn't give two shits about any of the, like, human characters in this movie. I did find it interesting that her father, supposedly was the one that killed her mother. I thought that was kind of interesting what was going on with her. But she is so bad in this movie. She's so over the top. The first time she's Freddy Krueger, she's like, there was a man, and he was in a sweater, and he had long claws, and he was terrifying. It's like, okay, it's fine. You don't need to overact that much. It's actually very funny. But because of how much fun it was having in the movie, it's not too much of a complaint, because it's just, acting doesn't really matter in this movie. Kelly Rowland, though, is truly awful in this movie. Kelly Rowland, I don't know who decided to make her an actress, but she is not an actress. Her character is extremely annoying. Honestly, extremely annoying. I could not stand her character throughout this whole movie. I could not wait for her to die, honestly. I found her so annoying in this movie. I did like the characters of Will and the other character. I don't remember their names, but there are these two kids who are locked up in a mental institution because they actually know about Freddy. I think that's really interesting. And the idea of the characters overall, like them not knowing about Freddy and how their parents have kind of sheltered them from that, I find very fascinating. That's something I definitely really do like about this movie. is that plot right there. It's just there's so much going on in their personal lives that it really does take away from Freddy and Jason as a whole. But again, I didn't really care because of how much fun I had with this movie. And the directing by Ronnie Yu, I think, is perfect for this movie. He clearly didn't take this movie too seriously at all. I honestly would not even count this a horror movie. It's just a fun team up. I mean, it's exactly like the classic, like, Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. They're not trying to make, like, an Oscar movie here. They're just trying to have a fun movie, and that's exactly what this is. It's a very fun movie about two killers who, come face to face, and that's basically what this is. And I think the directing is really great because you never need to take this movie too seriously, and I definitely really did like that. However, there are some things that I did like that they actually made us take seriously. Like the way that Freddy and Jason meet, I thought was really clever. I couldn't really have thought of a better way for these two to team up than they did in this movie. That's something I thought was definitely very well done. I really enjoyed. The screenplay, though, is so bad to this movie. Honestly, the screenplay is so stupid. Like I said, though, I do think it's interesting the way you have these teenagers not really knowing too much about Freddy and Jason. I think that definitely is really cool. I definitely really do love that. And the kills in this movie are actually very creative. There are some really cool kills in this movie, especially from Jason. There's this one really cool one in the very beginning where he kills this kid in bed, then basically basically puts his mattress in half and then smashes them together. I mean, that was awesome. I mean, things like that, that's why I love this movie, honestly. Things like that is why this is awesome. And of course, it's cool to see Freddy going after all the characters. That's something I definitely really do like seeing. My only real complaint with this movie is, like I said, I feel they focus way too much on the humans in this movie, and I don't give two shits about them. They were bad, they were annoying characters, and I didn't care about them whatsoever. I really didn't. I mean, I wanted to, but the movie is so, like, over the top and cheesy that I really did not give two shits about them. I didn't care about their characters really whatsoever, and, that's really what I have to say about them, is I did not really care about their characters at all. I didn't like them, very much. And not that I didn't like them, it's just they aren't that memorable of characters, and, I think the movie understood that these just need to be ridiculous characters. Something that's interesting is that the main girl in this movie is not a heroine, she's not some hero. She's just another victim of Freddy and Jason. You can definitely tell that they're really not the main focus of this movie. Freddy and Jason are, and that's something I definitely like seeing in this movie. And there is some interesting stuff in this movie. Like when Jason starts killing people against Freddy's wishes, that's actually very interesting. That's something that I definitely really do like seeing in this movie. The score is bitter cheesy. I mean, it's extremely cheesy, as you can imagine. But the cinematography is really what makes this movie something great. I mean, when these two, just seeing these two on screen again is awesome, and it really is truly something epic. I mean, just the fact that this movie was able to get made, that's something that I really do love, is the fact they were able to make this movie, put the care that needs to into it. I definitely really did love, and the ending fight is also very, very satisfying. I love the ending fight to this movie, because, they're completely against each other, and the way it just comes together was really, really great. I found the last act of this movie to be really fun, and the ending fight overall was really satisfying. It's like, this is what you wanted in this movie. This is, they know this is why you came to see this movie. You came to see these two duke it out, and I found that to be very satisfying. I definitely really love that, I have to say. Overall, guys, Freddy vs. Jason is just a really ridiculous movie. I know I didn't have too much to say about it, but honestly, that's what it is. It's a really fun movie. There's really not much I can say about it except that it's a really fun movie. There's a lot of really great things about it. Even though there were some stupid things about it. On regular movie standards, it gets like a 2.5 out of 5, but because of how much fun I had with it, I am definitely going to give Freddy vs. Jason a 4 out of 5 or a B+. It's a movie that you have to go into and not take too seriously and just have fun with it, and then I think you'll really enjoy it, because if you take it as like a regular movie, you'll probably hate it. If you don't take it too seriously, I think it's very enjoyable, and I think you'll have a really fun time with it. But other than that, guys, this is my review of Freddy vs. Jason. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm glad I watched it because I wanted to see it for a while. I knew it was going to be really stupid going into it. Also, I do find it pretty hilarious that while Freddy and Jason are just duking it out, that they're just watching. I find that hilarious that they're just watching them duke it out. Like, they're not trying to do anything about it. It's really, I mean, I know that they obviously wanted them to fight. That's why they brought Jason to Crystal Lake for Freddy to confront him. I understood that, but obviously it is pretty funny the way they just sit there and watch them fight. Like, they don't try to get away. They just watch them fight. You don't think that they're going to try to kill you or something. I mean, it was pretty funny, definitely. And that's something I definitely really did love in this movie. The movie's also riddled with cliches and things like that. And there's so many plot holes in this movie with Freddy that I just don't understand. For example, if Freddy is able to, if Freddy is so weak, how is he able to communicate with these people in his dreams? I just don't understand. Like, wasn't Freddy originally supposed to be able to do that? What was the point of sending Jason out? That's something I don't understand. But again, you can't really overanalyze this movie because it's just a fun movie, and that's why I really do enjoy it. But that's basically my review of Freddy vs. Jason. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, if you guys saw this movie, you have seen it. I thought this movie was just a lot of fun. It was exactly what I wanted it to be. It's very gory. I'm just gonna tell you guys right now. It's very gory. It's very loud. But that's basically the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you guys in the next video, which will be for another movie review, and we'll see you guys for that. Okay, bye.